All right, hey everybody, my name is Dana and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel depending on which way it is. I am a full-time reseller. I resell on eBay, Amazon, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, a little bit of Poshmark, Depop, all the majors. But anyways, I'm going to put out a couple short videos on how I pack specific things. So that if you didn't watch one of my full videos where I show you what sold, I do those every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes I show you packing things at the end of them, but I thought this way I could just put out an individual video. So if you didn't want to search back through what video did I do that in, you could just search how to pack a video game or how to pack whatever and see this thing. So it'll be a really short video. Some of these will be fairly common sense. But if not, or it's your first time shipping something, you don't know how to do it. So I'm here to help. So anyways, follow me on Instagram. If you don't, give a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Those things really help me out. And give a like if you enjoy this video. Leave a comment down below if this helped and or if you have a better way of doing it. So the first one I'm going to shoot today is going to be, let's see, how to pack video games. So pretty straightforward. We've got a GameCube game here and a PS4 game. Neither one of these are really high dollar. This one's worth like 15 bucks. This one's worth like 25 bucks. So if they were an expensive game, this video might be slightly different. But these are going to be your average video game, just an average used video game that you sell. If it's a new video game, I'm going to show you the easiest way is to have these bubble mailers. So it's a mailer. It has bubble wrap on the inside, so hopefully you can see that on there, and a little tear strip that seals it. So this one is a 7 by 10 by 1. You got to make sure it's like 6 by 9 is really what you need, but you've got to make sure, if you look at like there where it's going to pop in, so 9 inches is normally like as high as you need to go, but I went higher to where I could have room for multiple games or different heights. Sometimes there's like a steel book that's a little bit longer, and one of the most important things to figure out is the side. So when you order certain ones, I've ordered them before off of eBay, and they come exactly that dimension. So there's a little seal down the side right here that keeps it closed, obviously, and if they count that in their dimensions, then you're not going to be able to fit that game in. So it needs to be, the inside area needs to be wider because this thing is going to expand, and as it expands, this thing gets a little bit smaller, if that makes sense. So if it's a new video game, you would just slide this in, fold it over, give a little piece of tape, and it's good to go. When they're a used game, can you hear that? That rattle? You don't want that rattle, because what can happen is in shipping, hear that rattling around on there? So the games move a little bit, and if it comes off of the little spindle here, it's going to move back and forth, and it's going to scratch up on that holder. And so there's a few things that I do that help make it easy. So if it has room for it, I take bubble wrap. So I have just little pieces of scrap bubble wrap peeled off, and what you do is you just fold it and stick it on here. And if there's enough room, you do fold it over. If there's not, then you would do just a single piece on here. And so let's see, hopefully that can show on there. So that's just going to go on there, and then when you close it up and it clicks nice and tight, hear that? There's no rattle, there's no shake. So this thing cannot move, come loose, get scratched up during shipment. And so you just want to make sure there's a little piece of it sticking out the edge. We don't want that. So you want to make sure it's sealed and it clicked and there's no pieces sticking out. So again, no rattle. And then you're going to slide it right into your bubble mailer, right? Super easy. You're going to take it and fold it over. And that looked like it was really tall, like the that envelope, but you can see it in here maybe from some of the shadow. This little part right here is not really part of it. That's just where it folds over and attaches down. Peel the strip, stick it down. When you're doing multiple, I always like to label it right away. So PS4 right? So this is going to be backwards because I'm using my phone. I got a new GoPro on the way, so watch out for that. But the camera on this thing is really good, and I'm a fan. So anyways, and then you take your tape, right? So you probably have a tape gun, or maybe you have some tape just on the side. Pull off just a piece big enough to seal the back of it. I personally like to go a little bit longer and go over the sides. So maybe you can see on here, so it's sticking out a little bit on each side. You can see my fingerprints there. And then that way it wraps around to the front. And I think that just gives you the best possible seal that you're going to get on it. So it's sealed over the edge, all the way across, wraps around the front. No way this thing is coming open short of somebody physically ripping it. So that's basically it. That's shipping an average dollar game. So if you were doing something that was maybe a little bit more expensive, so let's take this Fairly Odd Parents right here, and let's assume that maybe this was a little bit higher priced game. There's a couple different things that you can do. One would be to do a box. So have like a little box, something like this, that you can put it in, and then so you can basically slide it in there, close it up, and then it's good to go. I also do have like boxes that are a little bit bigger that I would bubble wrap the whole thing. Like I sold the game for $300 once, and I bubble wrapped the crap out of it, and then I poly bagged it, and then I put it in a bigger box. Another thing that you can do if you don't have a box lying around, or maybe it's not worth enough to really box and you want to keep it cheap anyways, is I always keep scraps of cardboard, right? So this was a box that I cut down for Frankenboxing to ship something else. What you can do is take your game on here and take it like this, and then let's see, this might be a little difficult to do with the for the camera, just at the angle, and you can take it and fold it over it and basically make a little cover for it, and then just cut it to fit. So let's see, where's my razor? Please don't cut yourself while you're doing this. All right, so there is that. It's gonna fold over just like that. You can see that. And so it's folded over all the way around and gives you a nice package, basically, to make this a little bit safer. And then take your tape, and we're going to seal this cardboard down. So at the edge here, I just folded it over, folded it around. So that gives you all this extra protection for the game. It's only got the ability to move at the edge there. And then now you've got a little weird piece hanging off the edge. So now you've got this guy right here that needs to slide into the bubble mailer, which is going to go basically the same as the other one. And you see how this mailer looked really big for that other one? See that now that we've got some cardboard on it, it is super tight and it doesn't have a lot of room on there, which is fine. Doesn't need a lot of room, it just needs to fit. And then as long as it fits and gets in, then you are good to go. So basically you put it in there, fold it down, tape it shut. That's how you ship a slightly more expensive game. So hopefully this helped you. If it did, like I said, subscribe, leave a like, and thanks for coming by. So happy sales. Peace.